Got it.
Oh, I should have turned my volume down.
And everyone's going to hear like some cinematic feature in the background because we got a new sound bar thing for the TV, and like it's really loud. Someone's watching TV right now.
Nice. Well, I can't hear it, so.
Oh, good. I can. It's really loud from where I'm at. So, okay. I think I'm getting quicker at this, like finding our live feature as we're popping on.
We're okay. We're okay. This is why people watch us that watch us, because we're just who we are. We're not all uptight, and I'd like to say we're not all professional, but that's not what I mean.
We're not perfect. I don't know. I don't know if I'm professional, Rena. Like,
we're just real people. How's that sound?
I am so real. Yes. Okay. Let me share it to my page and then I'll start talking here. Or you can start talking at any moment, Rena, whatever you want to do.
Well, I was trying to look up some famous Scorpios so I could be on topic with our show tonight. And
what'd you find?
Was it Winona Ryder?
Yes, I think she's. Didn't we just pass her birthday? Was it October 29th or something?
I didn't even click on it to get the dates, because then I wrapped up in looking at scarf patterns.
That happens.
I needed some comfort today.
Me too. I hear that. It's new moon energy. It's crazy.
We got Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. His is November 11th.
Interesting.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, today.
Yes. Okay, he's pretty cool. I don't know that he should be the Texas governor. I don't know what he's like. But I think it's interesting that he's running.
Do you know, I saw him at the airport one day.
Really?
Yeah, it was when we were going to Florida, and I actually noticed his wife. He was kind of walking behind her, and she was really tall wearing these boots, and I was like, I have seen her before, but I thought I knew her like at work or something, and I was like, how do I know her? And then I saw Matthew right by her, and I was like, oh wait, that's Matthew McConaughey and his wife. I recognize him now. And he just looked like a regular Austinite. Like, it was crazy.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. I didn't talk to him or anything, but
I know he played the bongos with Prince and Stevie Wonder. Like, there's pictures of them hanging out. You would think they were fake pictures, but they're actually really cool. So
that's cool.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, what the heck, right?
All right. Yeah, I don't want to bash the guy, but I really don't want him as governor. I really want Beto O'Rourke. Like, I know I should not be talking politics. See, I told you I'm not professional.
Oh, let's I know we don't want to talk politics, but on the terms of, I was a big Bernie fan. I'm not going to hide that. So I was listening to Amanda Knox's podcast. Have you checked it out?
You shared it. I have not sat down.
It's very interesting. They were talking about, was his name Andrew Yang?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know about him when he was running?
Did I know like who he was, or?
Yeah, he was running for the Democratic seat for president.
Yes. Ian really liked him. My son.
I agree. Why the hell isn't he our president? Seriously.
He was running for what? New York City mayor, right?
Oh, geez. I don't know that part, but I know he's got really awesome ideas.
He does. It's really different. I think he's an Aquarius. I know his Mercury's an Aquarius because I remember looking that up, because he does have really out of the box type ideas.
Interesting. Yeah, I really found him fascinating. She has an interview on her podcast with him, and I mean, I just totally fell in love with the guy.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, I think he's kind of moved to, I don't even know if I'm remembering this right, because I hadn't watched the news in forever. I've kind of checked out. But I think he's moved to more of like an independent type party, or
which would make sense for him. It would make sense. Although hopefully someday we'll be able to actually vote for the independents, versus yes, we can vote for them.
Yeah, and your vote will matter.
Right.
Yes. I look forward to that day.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Sheila's watching. Kathleen, hi. Kathleen.
Hi, guys.
Finally just got the comments up.
We're just hanging out, talking about ridiculousness.
We were talking politics, but we promised not to talk anymore about politics.
We were talking about human beings. How does that sound? Who might have run for political seats.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that better.
Right. We're good to be on tonight. Like me and Rena, like, I don't know about you, Rena, but new moon energy, like people love it. I am not one of the people who love it. Like,
I really love new moon energy because I love working in that darkness and having that, I feel like it's a blank slate for me. However, I think the last two have been really tough. And I know it's, especially Scorpio season, it's all about, I feel like we're really being forced to step up and make the changes necessary that are best for us. Like I've never felt that ultimately in a Scorpio season like I'm feeling it this year. And I see it in the people I talk to, the people I'm associated with, like everybody's having to make these necessary transformations. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And something like I just thought about while you were talking, and I was like, I think I know why this moon feels intense. It's because there's this thing with the moon called via combusta, and it's when it's anywhere between 15 degrees Leo and 15 degrees Scorpio, where the moon you can look at it for different things. It's not a good area for the moon to be in, and so it gets kind of intense. Like if you're looking at horary or criminal charts, a lot of times you'll see the via combusta going on with those things. It's common.
I felt that today.
Me too. Look at me. I told Rena, I'm like, I'm freezing. We finally got our first cold snap here in Austin. I'm not happy. So I'm in my sweats. My hair was a mess. So I threw on the beanie. Like, it's just one of those days.
What was your high today? I'm curious.
Oh my, 50 something. It was so stupid cold.
Yeah, we got to 60 today. And that was warm for how it's been. It's like,
wow,
it's kind of bouncing between the 30s and the 50s right now for a high. It's kind of weird. No snow, but there's definitely frost in the mornings.
Wow. Yeah, it was rainy and cold, and I'm not for that. I don't do that. So I'm here though. I'm here because I love the Rena and Brandy show, and I do love talking Scorpio season, even though I'm not like, you know what, let's switch this. Let's be positive about the Scorpio new moon. Let's talk about like what it's good for, not how I feel about it.
Well, in the same sense, it's good for transformation. We are being asked to step up and take care of ourselves and make decisions that support our best interests. So
yes, there you go. And Scorpio is about desire. And so new moon is about manifesting what you desire. I did start out the day positive like that. Like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
I know. I was up early. I did not sleep well. I don't sleep well with new moons and full moons ever. But I was up early, got my third meditation recorded. By 10 o'clock, the day was shit though.
Yeah. I was in bed at 1:30. I got home. I'm going to bed.
I was too. I was cranky. So we took a nap, chilled out.
Yeah, dude, you got to take care of yourself. But good point, because new moon is not about being real physically active. Like on a full moon, you want to like physically be moving, releasing energy. New moon, you're really supposed to conserve. So we did good, Rena. We We were actually following new moon rules.
Okay.
Okay, so Jamie asked, how does it affect Scorpio rising? So, good question. That new moon will hit your first house. Since you're Scorpio rising, it's in Scorpio, so it's going to be going over your first house. So the first house, it's actually about the body. So it can affect you as far as like how you feel physically, can affect energy level. It can affect behavior, personality. To me, the full moon is going to be something that really amplifies that Scorpio. The new moon is going to kind of take it within. What's your thoughts, Rena?
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm just kidding.
It is my 7th house, and people have actually been very helpful today. And
well, that's good.
7th house is people, relationships, and so that's really good. Tom is saying he thought he was the only one having a not so great day. I don't know. My day has not been bad. I'm just grumpy and
mine was interesting. I probably could have taken it a little lighter. All I worried about was my bath today. So
yeah, bath times are important.
yes, they are. And it's Scorpio, so I needed my water.
Right. And it's opposite of Taurus, which Taurus I would almost think would rule that big, nice bubble bath. So
oh yeah,
that would make sense on if it was hard to schedule.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom is asking when's the full moon. So they're always like exactly 2 weeks apart. So 2 weeks you'll have the full moon, and then 2 weeks after full moon, new moon. So a couple weeks from now, we'll have that lovely full moon energy.
Do your manifestation work tonight.
Yeah.
Set your intentions. Be very clear about what you're looking to manifest. Use really awesome keywords. I am are great words. And have fun with it. Play with it. You don't have to do the same boring old stuff. Write down your affirmations or whatever. Maybe there's something different you want to try. Like the birthday wish thing, like light a candle, make a wish, blow it out. I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah. Simple, easy, fun.
So Tom is coming to visit me in a couple weeks. So
awesome.
Yes, it will be the full moon around the time you're here, Tom. And by that time, it'll be a Sagittarius full moon, my opposition. So you better take me to go get some Indian food. But that's what I don't know, it's new tradition. That's what we did last time Tom was here.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I wish, I'm not saying Bismarck doesn't have good places to eat, but probably not like Austin. We don't have a lot of vegetarian options. So it's kind of hard to pick and choose. We do have an Indian restaurant here, and it's incredible. So
is it haunted?
No.
Ours is. It's so fun.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna come.
Spirit it's fun.
What the heck? Yeah, definitely. We'll have to eat there when I come visit you for sure.
Yes, definitely. Jamie is saying, so jealous. I need to make a road trip. Yes, Jamie, you come see me too. Let's all meet in Austin. That would be a blast. I look forward to that.
Definitely.
I miss all my people. Like COVID totally disconnected me from everybody. I'm so sorry.
I'm over it.
Over it. Yes, me too. Me too. So yes, Tom is saying November is a great time of year. Tom has a November birthday. So he's one of our Scorpios. So good intro into Scorpio season. Let's talk, because we are in Scorpio season until I want to say the 22nd. Kind of varies sometimes on when the sun moves. Oh, look at me, crappy astrologer. I don't have my book out. Give me a second.
Yeah, but, you need to tell me, because then we got the Sagittarius key coming. So I need to make a mental note. Is it the 21st? Is it the 22nd?
I believe it moves on the 22nd, but let me confirm that. So I got my ephemeris, which everybody should have one. Tells you what planets go and what. Yes, it moves the 22nd.
The 22nd.
So when we wake up on November 23rd, the sun will be in Sagittarius. So, and Geminis will be in opposition. Right now, Tauruses, like Rena, are in opposition.
When's it gonna fix itself?
No.
I need some action, and not the kind that goes against everything I think.
Yeah, you're almost there. You know, we've been in Scorpio season for, a little bit. So about 11 days. So
a week.
Yeah.
Only 3 more to go.
We're gonna get there. You Tauruses, hang in there. Yeah, the sun is opposite of you guys, so it just kind of creates some tension. It's pulling against that Taurus nature. Oh, Carrie just popped on. Hello, welcome. So Rena, you made some notes about Scorpio season, right?
No.
Mental notes.
Pretend mental notes. I don't know.
It is a transformative time. We talked about that. Let's talk about Scorpios in general. Like they're honestly one of my favorite.
Oh, they're fun. They're full of excitement and passion. That's, it's kind of cliche to say that, but they're really fun people who really put their whole heart into whatever creative endeavor they're into. Right after high school, I dated a Scorpio, and he was so fun. He would wear these funky hats all the time, just like the kind from Spencer's. He was just a character. He was a lot of fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
So
I'm married to a Scorpio.
22
years. Yes.
It's incredible.
And, my daughter's a Scorpio. My mom is a Scorpio. I've always just been surrounded by Scorpios. So
interesting.
Yes.
So I'm always interested, what kind of physical characteristics, and I know we've talked about this before, do you see in Scorpios?
So especially if you have someone who's a Scorpio rising or moon or sun, a lot of times you'll see traits of of signs that are common. Scorpio usually can have pronounced like eyebrow bones. Sometimes their eyebrows can be thicker. They can have, I don't know what you call it, kind of the rounded nose.
Okay.
And an intensity in their eyes, especially if their moon is in Scorpio. I mean, I feel like I can spot a moon in Scorpio from like 20 yards. Like they have a very intense look in their eye, that Mars energy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you see like more dark hair?
Generally, I mean, there's blonde Scorpios, but generally a lot of times darker hair. Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
And they will, not meaning to, but they will kind of intimidate people. Like if someone just first meets a Scorpio or anyone with Scorpio energy like that, they feel intimidated sometimes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Misunderstood.
Yeah. And I suppose like we talk about mystery and ideas of that occult energy. So I'm sure that intensity really sparks. It's probably more like they're probably really approachable and awesome people, but maybe you just feel a little intimidated walking up to them. And
people try to be careful because some reason they're like, oh my God, they might kill me or something like that. Because it brings in, all the signs are ruled by planets, and it brings in that planetary energy. So with Scorpio is not
Pluto.
Traditionally ruled by Mars, but modernly ruled by Pluto. So you got that Mars-Pluto energy.
Well, the key is activated with Pluto energy, not Mars. So.
Okay. Yes, Jamie, resting bitch face syndrome.
Yes. Jamie, I'm also a Taurus. I am a Taurus sun, and my rising and moon are Capricorn. So I'm a whole mess of earth energy.
I love it. Rena's like, she motivates me because she's such a hard worker. And I get so lazy and I'm like, okay, Rena's working. I got to work too. Like,
But here's how we do it. Okay. We take lots of naps. So like, even when I go to bed, that's nap time. Cause I get up most of the time by 7. I'm working by 8. We have a scheduled nap and a bath and, like there's a schedule that's going on. So everything has to work.
Routine is very earthy. So
exactly.
makes sense. Okay. You piqued my interest, Rena. So we got to go into the Scorpio key. So you're saying it's what's the word, infused, or what do you
activate it?
Activate it by Pluto, not Mars.
Yes.
Okay.
So for some reason I feel the need to tell this, and I never tell people secrets about my keys ever. So you guys are in for a treat. But we have Pluto energy, and I anchor that to the energy of the pyramids in Egypt. So there's all kinds of deep, beautiful wisdom happening there. There's a lot of creative energy there. There's a lot of play.
Do you have one by you?
I have both the big one and the little baby one. So these have rainbow obsidian, and they're really cool. Like they're just little beads, but I love rainbow obsidian, and these are just gorgeous because they have all the colors peeking in them, and love them. They're really hard to capture on camera, so you just have to bear with me and trust me. But I know Carrie has one, and that
she said she's wearing it.
Yes, they're beautiful. They're really, really awesome. Really awesome.
That is cool. Now, is this the first year you've offered Scorpio, or did you have them?
No, we had Scorpio last year too. This is I had a sabbatical last year, so we didn't have Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius, and Pisces. Those will be the 4 left that are new.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I need to go ahead and order my Scorpio key. I'm a little behind. I love working with your keys during like every season. Because we all have these energies in our astrology charts. Even if you don't have planets in these signs, there is a house it's being ruled by. And so it is, this energy does affect a certain area of our life. So like Carrie was saying, she had some Scorpio in her chart. Yeah, we were looking at that. And she also has a lot of Capricorn. But yeah, I have like an outer planet in Scorpio, and that's it, but it's my 7th house. So this time of year, it's 7th house stuff that we're working on.
Definitely makes sense. I think Tom asked how you work with these keys.
Yeah.
There's really no rules on how to work with them. I always tell people to work with them how you're called to work with them. I do include a few suggestions. I always send a description sheet so you have something, about your key. So there's a few things. It's a great meditation tool. Let's see here. I have the thing popped up. Pelvis, reproductive system, bowels, and excretory system. So you can do healing work in that area. Is there anything not on that list as far as body parts for Scorpio? Do you know?
No, I was going to say that you bring up a good point that these zodiac signs rule certain areas of the body as well. So perfect. Yep.
Right. So in that sense, I would just recommend like scooping the stagnant energy away, especially if you have pain. And then I scoop it with the ring, and then I like to beam the energy back in through the loop, through the point. Manifestation altars. So here we're talking about new moon energy. If there's something you're working on, maybe you've written down some affirmations, speak your affirmations through the loop. You can lay this with your list. Some people like to energetically write over their written statement. Let's see, we have 210 degrees, right? Okay, so 210 degrees. You can use the compass on your phone. They're not specifically perfectly accurate like a geomantic compass, which the big ones that you use for feng shui, but they'll work. So you can find that location in your home or your office. Just don't put it in like your kitchen or your bathroom sink, because that washes away opportunities because of your drainage. So you can have it in like your living room, wherever. If your 210 meets in the kitchen, put it right outside of the kitchen and whatever, like your dining room or whatever, so you got some area to play there.
Nice.
Lots of fun stuff.
Oh, Jamie said it's more reason why she needs a Scorpio key. It's her rising, but she also has ties to Egyptians from past life. So there you go. Carrie likes to wear hers at work. She says it helps with communication.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I don't usually give out a lot of those secrets, but so when I'm working with the key, when I get information, my boss, we sit in meetings and he tells me what we're going to do and why we're going to do it. Scorpio, all about that mystery and creativity, which is exactly what the Egyptian culture was like too. You got those pyramids. I mean, just, it's fantastic. Really,
I love the hidden energy of Scorpio.
Like, yes.
The hidden stuff,
yes.
Secretive.
There is a Leo key. Right now, I'm only releasing keys during their astrological season. However, you can always contact me for what I would call a custom key. I can always whip one up for you. No big deal. So if that's something you're interested in, hit me up.
Remember when I did that to you like 3 weeks ago?
Lots of people do, and I totally love doing customs. They're really awesome. We have one. I'll have to pull it out. It's stashed in the corner of my room over here, but it's about 2.5 feet tall. I mean, it's huge. Gosh. It is huge.
Nice.
I want somebody to order one of those. I mean, it's just really thick.
Like, how do you ship that? It's
I don't know. We'll figure out a way.
Delivery. Because I didn't know that was a thing. So guess what's going to be on my Christmas list?
Heck yeah. No, Brandy's getting a wig for Christmas. You guys wait.
She doesn't want to see me with all this hair anymore.
Oh, I do.
All this stringy hair. It's just when you do this kind of work, you have to have stringy hair. I don't know why. It goes together. Oh my gosh, those wigs though that you showed me.
Oh yeah. Okay, so is it the Twisted Hatter? I think it's her pattern. So it's a hat, it would cover your ears, but it looks like this hot pink pigtail. It's called the kawaii ponytail wig or something. It's hilarious, you guys. It's going to be so awesome. Brandy's going to rock it.
I totally am going to rock it. I cannot wait.
And it'll keep her warm too. So it's functional and fun.
I'm counting down the days for real. For real.
How many custom keys? Well, that's up to you. How many do you want?
As many as you want to order. She will.
Right. There's a lot of people that reach out that they're looking for a specific energy to guide them. A lot of people that contact me for their custom keys are looking to connect back to their light. So we have an energetic light, up in the quantum realm. It just connects you back to what I would call home, your soul path, your guiding light, your personal energy. It's really fantastic.
That's what I did. So I contacted Rena and I was like, okay, and I believe I kind of just gave you an energy, like, here's what I need it for.
Yep.
I wanted a certain crystal on it. And let me tell you, I got it in the mail and I could feel how strong it was. So I didn't wear it right off. Like, I don't know. It was just really weird. It was like,
That's awesome.
It was like, I'm supposed to have this, but I'm not supposed to wear it yet. And so the very first day I felt drawn, like, okay, today's the day I need to wear this. so many changes happened that day, like that needed to happen. I think it was last Thursday. And man, it just put me in alignment real fast. It was crazy, but it was really good results. So
heck yeah. I know people that order the customs absolutely love them. And it just depends. Like Brandy wanted a pendant size. Some people want bigger sizes, some want smaller, you know, just more portable to stick in their purse or take to the park, or, you know, whatever it is that they want. So yeah, it's just wonderful.
I got the pendant because I wanted to wear it on a necklace and just have it around me. It's so easy. Yeah, Tim is saying it'll be a long day, or Tim, I called you Tim. It's Tom. Tom said it'll be a long day at your house. I want to meet Rena too. I would love for you to come to my house and meet Rena, but Rena does not live anywhere near me. Like as opposite as you can get in the country.
Yeah, Brandy's in Texas and I'm directly above her way up by Canada.
I'm only 3 hours from the Gulf. So, you know, we're almost exactly opposite. Like, so right. One of these days, Tom, she will be here and you can come over and we'll all be in the same room.
Heck yeah. It'll be so much fun. We'll have to have like a live Austin show or something like that.
We should.
That would be cool.
Now you're coming when we get the total solar eclipse in 2024. Cause like in Austin, it's 100% eclipse. So
it is on my list.
Yeah. But hopefully we like get together before then.
Oh, absolutely.
Tom says he's in St. Louis. So we have a good friend in common named Tim. So that's why I was mixing their names up.
Awesome.
That's just where I'm at today. I'm just, you know.
It's weird. Yeah. So Mercury went direct, or the shadow. We got out of the post shadow period. That was the problem. And that was like the most beautiful. I was so functional. I got my stuff done. It was perfect. First try, no errors. And then we have today, it's like all over the place again. What happened? What's going on?
I was trying to see where Mercury's at almost 29 degrees Libra. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've been a little under the weather this week, so I don't know what my problem is. It's just the new moon, I guess. So
definitely.
Yeah, apparently we're gonna have a big party when you come down, Rena, because everyone's saying they're in, and
I'm game. So I like snacks and fun hats.
Yes. I like music, so we'll be playing music, we'll be eating. Yes, it'll be good. It'll be good. Definitely. I really want to have a party now.
I know.
We'll just sit with that. So if you guys are interested, I have a celebrity birth chart we could look at for Scorpios.
Yes. And before you get to that, I want to refer back. If you guys are looking to learn how Scorpio energy directly affects you and your birth chart, get a hold of Brandy. And that's something I have on my listings too. I don't know if that's necessarily a service that you have listed on your website, but you know, you can always email her.
Yes, get a hold of me if you want to know where Scorpio's at. I can make a custom reading for that. Or if you just want to know your whole birth chart, I do that too. A lot of you guys on here tonight, I've done that, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, either way, we can definitely make that happen. And yes, and Rena, I believe Kathleen was asking about your Etsy shop. So if you will post a link to that so they know where to find your keys.
I will do that. I'm quick.
Very cool. And Jamie's saying she can drive up for Houston for these parties. Heck yes, you better be there, Jamie. I kind of like counted on you being here. Jamie saying awesome birth chart. Birth chart reading. I definitely recommend it. Thank you, Jamie. Oh my gosh, I remember doing your chart. That was a lot of fun.
Brandy is so amazing at what she does. It blows my mind how you can, you know, you have someone like Brandy, and like Brandy knows me pretty well. I'm a pretty open book, I would like to think, but there are things hidden in your birth chart, not necessarily bad things, that she can kind of help describe to you that kind of puts you in alignment with why you are who you are, and like how this planet is affecting you in this specific way and how it's driving you forward on your path. It's just really, really cool. It's so awesome. I know my mom passed away, but even when my mom was here, her favorite person to schedule readings with was Brandy. And she was always wanting Brandy to do stuff for her.
I love Karen time. Yes. Like it was, I enjoyed meeting with her, but and that's a good point about the astrology charts. It can just help you understand why you are the way you are and that you're supposed to be the way you are. For me, it took me from thinking, gosh, I'm just such an oddball. I'm such a misfit. I just don't fit in.
Right.
To, you know what, you're supposed to be quirky. You're supposed to kind of have this journey where you're trying to, figure out who you are and work on self-value and these kind of things. So it just really gives some understanding.
It does. And for me, it was huge. I'm sun sign Taurus. So, I think the general person looks at their sun sign. We're looking at these horoscopes, right? And I'm like, yes, I like my naps and my snacks, but I'm not necessarily always a lazy person, because when it's in my drive, and we're doing it. We're not stopping till it's done. We're going to do whatever we can to get there. So what Brandy did was she kind of, obviously I learned my rising and my moon and kind of how those other planets were affecting. See, and I don't know all the astrological terminology because that's not what I do. Squared, trining, I don't know.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yes. You can learn how those planets are working together. Sometimes they're working together very nicely. Sometimes they're not getting along, and kind of just explain.
Right.
Yeah. So birth chart readings, ton of fun. I love doing them. And I try to just give you enough information to where it's not overwhelming. It's usually a 45-minute call at the most, and just talk about, all the good stuff. So and
they make great gifts. Great gifts. They do.
Yes, and I will put my website in. See, I can't talk and type at the same time. I'll put my website in the comments if anyone's interested. And Rena does readings too. Are they on your website?
Well, if you want to schedule stuff like that, get a hold of me. I have stuff listed on my website, but I don't have a scheduler up, and that's terrible. That's just probably the laziness on my part. Contact me to get a hold of me, because my schedule changes all the time, so we can at least get you on a schedule that works for you. But like scheduling like something for Monday, like just having an open calendar.
Yeah, that works for some people and not for others. Like we're all kind of different. But you give Rena a message and she'll
we'll get you in.
And I'm like, just put it on the schedule because it's hard. I'm Gemini. Like I'm hard to nail down sometimes. That's the
Brown's Brandy better that way.
We all have our ways in how we work. But yes, Rena, it does amazing work. I mean, not only the keys, Rena, but and I know we've talked about this a little bit, but I just want to remind everyone the dowsing, the house clearing. Give us the name of that, like your whole service where you do that, place the rods.
I call it geomancy. Okay. So crystalline ray geomancy, but dowsing and geomancy. So I find and detect energetic disturbances in your homes, your offices, on your properties, and I cure those so that you are put into a path of direct alignment for health and wellness, abundance, success, and happiness. It's incredible work. You can literally see environmental changes from your lights getting brighter to, just being more in harmony with nature. It's incredible stuff.
Amazing. Like I can't say enough about it. So Rena offers all sorts of good stuff. So get a hold of her. Well, we'll look at this chart real quick. We won't do a full birth chart reading on Gordon because we'd be here for like, the next couple hours, but I'm kidding. Let me make sure I'm highlighting the right. All right. Do we see it?
We see it. Oh, look at that
Look
face.
at Gordon
Mother could love.
Ramsay. Aww. Like, okay, you guys know me. I normally pick musicians, but I was like, let's pick someone we all know. I think most of us have seen this guy on TV.
We have.
I just gonna put it out there, no shame. I love watching this guy. Like, I like watching old reruns of like Kitchen Nightmare? Is it the one where he goes to the restaurants that are like, yeah. And so
I yell at people like that in my kitchen too. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, so he's just so fascinating. He has a ton of Scorpio. I mean, look at this: Sun, Venus. He's got a South Node, Neptune, but look where his Scorpio is at. It's in the 6th house of service.
Interesting. So that is where his creativity is. That's where his passion is. And he leaves a little mystery because we can't figure out if this guy is crazy or excited or what's really going on over there.
I gotta admit, before I looked at his chart, I knew he was a Scorpio, but when I watch him on TV, I'm like, I think this guy is just being kind of dramatic. He's on TV, he's given a character. And then I look at this chart and I'm like, no, this is really who he is. I was like, I was wrong. But here's one thing that's so cool. I mean, I only saw this right before we came on, Rena. And it just blew my mind. So he has this Sun and Venus. See how they're exactly conjunct?
Yeah.
They're only 4 minutes apart. This is what you call a Cazimi. Venus and Sun Cazimi. And this is actually a topic I've been studying a lot. I went to bed with all these astrology books last night reading about Cazimis. Like, it was real sexy. I was like covered in astrology books in bed. But so normally when a planet gets conjunct with the sun or gets within about, I mean, there's different theories on this, but within about 15 degrees of the sun, or especially within 8 degrees, it's combust. And it weakens the planet because it's like the sun is kind of burning up this planet, right?
Interesting.
But when you get an exact conjunction within like 1 degree, or even within like 17 minutes, even tighter conjunction, which Gordon has with Venus and Sun, it actually empowers the planet. Instead of combusting it, it gets extremely powerful. And so it really emphasizes Venus, which Venus rules food.
Yeah, I was going to say, does this say that his love language is food?
Yes. And and Venus is also, rules the house of money. This is a lot of good fortune with Venus type stuff. Now, another person who has a very tight Venus Cazimi is Oprah Winfrey. Like, I think she's like one of the richest women in the world. So see, there's a money thing with him. There's food as well. He has Venus in Scorpio, which is a detriment. It's in the opposite of its home sign. But with this Cazimi, it mitigates that somewhat. It actually brings it out, the Venus energy out, makes it very powerful instead of working against him.
That's fascinating.
And when it comes to relationships, I think he's been married a long time.
Do you think that's also why he's bossy in the kitchen? Maybe because of Venus being in Scorpio?
Scorpio, and with that sun in the 6th house. So where you have the sun is where you want to shine. It's where a lot of the ego is. It's willpower. So this is in day-to-day work and in service. So he needs to be the boss.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also that Scorpio intensity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Together.
Very crazy.
And you've seen him on his show, right? Like, he's really picky about the details. Well, look at all this Virgo energy.
Oh, Pew, right? No.
Moon in Virgo, Uranus in Virgo, Mars, Pluto.
Yeah. Wow. That is
attention to detail.
Totally makes sense.
So that's not bullshit. When he's getting mad about something not being done right, he truly is a perfectionist.
It's not just for show.
Not. I thought it was, and I saw this and I was like, nope.
That's crazy. What the heck?
Yeah. And his little outbursts, well, you got Uranus and Moon exactly in a tight conjunction. That Uranus is like a impulsivity, and The moon is your emotional response. But look at this. He has Mercury and Sagittarius. So his Mercury is in a detriment because Mercury is at home in Gemini and Virgo, but it's opposite of Gemini. So it's in a detriment. So he's going to be someone who blurts it out, who says exactly what he thinks. It's going to be bold. He's not going to tone it down.
And that's because Sagittarius is the fire sign. It doesn't have time to necessarily stop and find the right words to communicate the soft, gentle pieces. It's just going, it's actionable. It's
honest. Sagittarius is very honest and truth and
right.
And it's ruled by Jupiter. So think of that expansion.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hot, fast.
No boundaries. Yeah. So that's his true nature we're seeing.
What does his wife think of him? I'm real curious. We should bring her on the show.
I know, like we should dial her up. I wish, like I said, it's been a crazy week. I wish I could have like dived into like his personal life a little bit more. I'm just using what I happen to know about him, but I do know he's been married for a long time and they have several children.
Interesting. Well, Scorpio. I mean, I'm just gonna say that right there, right?
It rules reproduction.
Yeah, that too.
Sex just does. Scorpios are known for that. So yeah, a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Virgo energy, and a Mercury and a communication that's very honest and bold.
What's he got going on in the 10th house? What's that tell us about him?
So his 10th house is he's got a couple things going on. It's in Pisces. I use a whole sign house system. That's why you're going to see the MC in a different house, but we still use the MC mark. But okay. It's in Pisces, and I use the traditional ruler, so it's ruled by Jupiter in the 3rd in Leo. So that actually brings in some fame, that Leo energy there. He does have Saturn here, which I was sitting there looking at that, and I was like, I ought to look up what his past is when it comes to career. I would think he's had some ventures that may have been failures, because this is about Saturn's about hard lessons. Sometimes it's delay. It's having to.
It's also about being really disciplined, though. So we can revert that back to his passion, and maybe this is where he's just so passionate.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm kind of astrology is so fluid. These planets can represent different things. And so I was like, yeah, I wonder what his history is with the career area.
Yeah.
To see how Saturn played out there.
That's fascinating for sure.
Yeah. And if you look at Jupiter, they're in a weird kind of reception. So Saturn is in Jupiter's home sign, but Jupiter is in Saturn's detriment. So there's a little push and pull there. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm thinking he's probably had ventures that were not successful before he got to where he is now, and now he has success. But sure, there's a story there, I guarantee you.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to pick it apart. It's probably something in my brain. I'm just like, I'm building my own story, and I'm like, well, it probably has to do with cooking, and maybe it was just maybe mishmashing the right pieces together to make it work right. Like maybe there was some business partners that didn't work out. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably. Or in Pisces, can rule dreams. Maybe it's like having a certain dream or wanting to do something
sure
that took some hard work. I don't know. This is what I do when I get a birth chart reading for someone I don't know. I sit there and really look at it like, okay, could this have gone this way? Maybe it went this way. That's what we do. And that's what's so interesting. That's why I love astrology. Your mind can just chew on it even without knowing the story.
It's fascinating.
It really is. Look at his MC. So here's how I combine these. I'm looking at the 10th house for career, reputation, all the normal 10th house stuff. If the MC is in a different house, which a lot of times it will be when using whole sign system, you're still pulling that in too. So So we discussed what we kind of see with the career, but with that MC and Aquarius in the 9th house, to me, that shows success in a different country or in a foreign country for him. So, you know, he's born in the UK, definitely has success here in the US.
Right. Worldwide, really.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Can also be teaching. 9th
Mm.
house is, you know, higher education teaching. I think he plays a role. He teaches people about the art.
Absolutely.
Instructs. So that's how we use those together in a situation like this.
Very fascinating.
Gemini rising though, Rena, like I feel like I could totally see that with him.
Yeah. He's not very good at communicating though. Maybe
that's because that Sagittarius Mercury, but did you note, and this is a Scorpio as well, but I mean, when I'm watching the show where he's going into people's restaurants and helping them try to make it successful, like the women are always flirting with him and talking about how sexy he is. And
sure. And he's probably relatable to those women. So that I could see the Gemini qualities there, you know.
Little charmingness.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
interesting.
This one's fun. Like I just pulled this up today and I'm like, let's talk about this because there's just like some things right off the bat I could see that made sense. But yeah, I definitely want to dive in deeper with it now.
Yeah, that's awesome. What the heck? Well, who did you have for your favorite musicians?
Oh, you know, I was looking at Neil Young. I was looking at Joni Mitchell. Adam Ant is a Scorpio. There's quite a few.
Adam Ant. Yeah, those are interesting, especially Neil Young, because he is so mysterious. And, you know, the older I get, the more in love with his music I become. It's, you know, when I was younger, it was like, yeah, okay, it's a good groove, you know, and now I'm just like really connected in with the music and the lyrics, and it just takes me to a whole nother place. I love it.
Neil Young is deep, and those lyrics are deep, and or this a lot of times he's writing about real life events or situations that are really deep. And so I think it takes, I don't know, I feel like I was the same way. I was kind of more of an adult before I really listened to him. So kind of.
And Joni Mitchell, same way. Prince was a huge Joni Mitchell fan.
Joni Mitchell's amazing. Yeah. So I was looking at theirs. Joe Walsh is a Scorpio.
Oh,
interesting. A lot of these Scorpios I'm talking about also have a moon in Aquarius. 3 of them I mentioned have that combination. So
interesting.
Yeah. Moon in Aquarius is another fun one. That's another one that's very visible. You can see it in people most of the time.
Interesting.
Every now and then you get someone who throws you off. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Well, this Taurus lady is married to an Aquarius. I told you guys I call him the breeze, right?
Tell us all about this. How does because and here is why you should know your full astrology, because like Taurus and Aquarius are squared.
Yeah, we are.
But these relationships can work.
This guy is my soulmate. He really is. Does he drive me crazy? Probably every single day. But I'm grounded. I'm really earthy. And Mark is probably more expansive, more free flowing in that area, where I'm a little more rigid in pieces of my life than he is. Probably
you balance, right? You kind of bring that energy to each other.
Yep. It's interesting. For sure.
Like, my husband's Scorpio and I'm Gemini, and that's another, like, they don't make contact.
Do people ask you like how it works? I've had people ask me weird questions like, how does that work out for you guys?
You know, and this is where, get a real astrologer. Don't go online and look, because like if you look up, and I did this one time just to bullshit around with it, but there was one website where you can look up compatibility.
Oh,
you put in your birth charts, and it gave me and my husband like a 30% compatibility. Well, we've been married 22 years.
Right.
I think that's a little better than 30%. But no, I look at our charts and I can see we have a lot of opposite planets. that balances each other out. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. I know when people see me and Mark together, they can see like that we're in this together, if that makes sense. Like, I hate to go in that twin flame talk, but it is like, this guy is my twin flame. He challenges me to be better. He's a big part of what I do with the keys. So we have that soul connection on the work that we do together. It's just really incredible and beautiful.
Very cool. Yeah, it's all sorts of things going on in charts, or
yeah. So you can do anything with astrology. You can do compatibility readings. Your natal chart readings are probably the most popular, right?
Yeah.
What, you've done criminal astrology stuff. What else do you do? What haven't we?
I'm actually taking this year-long course. I've been doing this for a while, but I took a course because I really wanted to sharpen and master the skills. But I'm taking horary, so soon I'll be offering that, where it won't, I don't want my tarot cards to hear this. It won't replace the tarot cards, but the same kind of readings or questions you bring to the cards, the astrology chart can answer and actually give you more details, accuracy. Well, not accuracy. Tarot cards are accurate, but it's up to interpretation. The astrology spits it out and says, no, here's what's going on. Here's what, these people think of each other.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to get
planetary influence.
Yes. It can answer job questions like, no, it looks like you're going to get this job, but actually someone else is going to come along and it's going to be offered to them. So something intercepted it. It can give you all those kind of things. But I'm going to wait till I finish everything just so I can master it. Oh, no.
I want you to practice on me.
Would love that.
You can do it publicly too.
Put it all out there. I do use it personally, but before I, charge for it and stuff, yeah, let's wait. But yeah, I would love to practice.
I would probably dig something like that. And I know Brandy's mentioned to me before that sometimes astrologists don't like tarot cards. You guys, they're tools. It doesn't matter. Use what you're called to.
They're gonna have to get over it, because I love tarot cards and I love astrology, and I am not I use astrology seriously and I study it seriously.
Right.
But this is an oracle, and this is definitely a helpful tool. And yeah, I don't know. A lot of astrologers don't like that. They think you're not serious if you, I don't know. It's a conversation that gets me all like.
I can see it, because I've had readings with people who, well, it's those readings that make you scratch your head and go, wow, this person's really pulling the wool over a lot of other people's eyes, and people are probably believing that, But you get legitimate people who do the work that they do, and it's absolutely incredible. I don't let just anybody read for me either. That might be something you guys want to take into consideration. Brandy is one of the very few people and she's somebody I always connect with for readings. So because she's on point, she's accurate, it's and she's real. She's not gonna full of crap.
And I try to be as honest as I can be. Same with Rena. I don't let just anybody read for me either. Rena, oh my gosh. I have you pull cards for me. I've had you work on my house, not just readings, but actually doing the other work, geomancy work. And I mean, me and Rena love each other.
You do a lot of cool things. Someday I'm going to open up a key shop down in Austin, and Brandy's going to be running it.
Yes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
That's right.
It's going to happen, guys. You guys are all invited to the grand opening.
Yep. It's going to be right in between the best vegan food options that there is, because this Taurus lady needs to have lunch somewhere.
Oh my goodness. I know, like, you just got to come visit. There's so many good vegetarian restaurants and vegan restaurants here. It's just
I'm excited.
Carrie, I'm with you. She says any tool to help you really dive deep seems to be helpful more than anything. Yep.
Absolutely.
Agreed. And it's about having a relationship with these tools, and if you're connected with them, they're going to work well for you. So yeah, I don't like any judgment on these kind of things. Like, do what's you, do what you resonate with. I like to offer astrology and tarot. I just do, always will. So, okay. Well, I tell you what, Rena, what did you have any other topics or anything you want to add to this show before we maybe pull a couple cards?
I don't. That's about all I have. You guys, keep your eyes open. We have some new keys that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to have a huge Black Friday sale in my Etsy shop. So my email subscribers are going to get first dibs on that, just because there's going to be a little code. So if you haven't already signed up for my emails, go to my website, holistichealingtherapeutics.com, and get in on that.
Yes.
Are you doing anything fun for?
I hope so.
I hope so. That's her Gemini speaking.
You know how I roll. Like, I wake up that day and like, let's have a sale, or like today. Like, I mean, we planned on Scorpio season show 5 days ago, and like at 4:30 today, I'm like, let's pull a chart for Scorpio season. Yeah, I like to like put things off till last minute. I think so though. I think I'll have at least my items discounted in Etsy on Black Friday. So
yeah,
I sell healing crystals. It's another thing I do.
Yeah. And what's your Etsy shop? May Sun Astrology Gifts, like
exactly
May, month of May.
May Sun Astrology Gifts, because I just love May Sun, the Taurus and Gemini suns that fall in May. Like,
she does. It's sweet. I love
it. It's after me. It's after Joey Ramone. It's after Rena. All my favorite May Sun.
It's after Rena. Yeah. Careful, guys. I don't have my crown on.
But yes, May Sun, because I'm a May Sun, and yes, my spirit animals are. So
I love it.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin says Brandola is the best. Thank you, Kevinola.
She is. She really is, you guys. Seriously.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know about you, Rena. I think I can pull a couple cards for a couple, just maybe 2 people. And then maybe I'll pull a card generally for anybody else who's watching or who tunes in later. What's your thoughts?
Whatever you want to do. I'm game.
All right. You have your cards? Or do you want, I can do it. You can watch.
I do. I brought my Wonderland Tarot deck tonight. Again, I had this out last week.
I haven't seen you use those in a bit.
They're really beautiful. They're cool. They're really Alice in Wonderlandy. I'll just pop a couple out so you can peek at them.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
I have all these decks and I'm always just using my standard. Like,
yeah, we got over 40 up on my shelf there. It's ridiculous.
Like, I kind of wish I'd have brought a different one to, I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to have these. Maybe next week I'll.
What did you bring?
I just brought Rider Waite, you know.
Hey, that's okay.
This is like my deck. This is like, if you buy a reading for me, this is my deck I'm using, because this thing is just powerful. They all are, but
that's right. Do we want to do specific questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
ask a question, you guys.
If you guys want a quick card reading, ask a question, and then we'll pick from a question. That way we can tune in and give you a message that really resonates. It just kind of, what am I trying to say? I'm losing. See, as soon as I get the cards out, I lose my words because energy opens. Because I channel when I'm like talking and giving you a message. It's not for everybody, but some people think I babble, and I'm like, no, I'm channeling. I'm getting the talking going, and the words are coming out.
I do that all day, and it looks like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not.
Actually, I had one girl that told me, she's like, she saw me reading for somebody, and she was like, you talk way too much. And I'm like, sorry.
No.
I don't know why I'm telling everybody about it, but yeah. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, okay. You know what? I'm going to go with Kevin because I spotted his first. Do I need to make a career change? Maybe. And the reason I say maybe is because I wouldn't say you absolutely have to make a career change, but Kevin, there's a lot of skills you have that you may not quite be getting compensated for. Like you could go somewhere else and use these abilities and expand and kind of move up with the change. Does that make sense? And increase income with change. You don't have to, but there's definitely a lot of opportunity if you did. Now, for some reason, it feels really risky even thinking about that. You kind of feel like, oh my God, like I feel like everything would fall out from under me if I even like took that chance, but it does look like it's something that would pay off. So it's definitely something you should consider. Totally up to you. You don't have to, but there's benefit in considering that.
Is that something where he could maybe look internally too? I keep hearing, don't forget to look internally.
Possibly.
Like within your present career, but different position.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely could be. There's a lot more earning potential somewhere though, for sure. Yeah. 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 Cause sometimes and I don't know where he works, but sometimes you can work for these companies that are so big that like, there's just other options for you within that. So yeah.
Awesome.
Give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh my goodness. We got some alerts going on. I'm using my phone to see the comments and we got silver alerts popping through. I've had 2 in the past minute, so it's crazy.
Oh, like old people missing in your area?
Anyone over 10.
I thought it was for older people.
I don't know. It didn't say an age, but we had a gentleman the other day. He's, I think, in his early 20s. They labeled that as a silver alert, which I thought was interesting too.
Oh, don't be telling me about these. I'll be pulling astrology charts because when I get these silver alerts on my phone and they say last seen, I'm like, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, they'll be okay. They're gonna come home soon.
Interesting. Yes, yes. All right. Okay, Julie, I'm gonna look at your love life. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. Oh goodness, I pushed a button over here. Sorry, guys.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
You're still here though.
I'm still here. I feel like you're chasing somebody and he may not necessarily know it. I think you have a good idea in mind of exactly who and what you're looking for. It's definitely, it looks to me like, what do you want to pursue? It's more about you stepping up, making your claim known. By the end of the year, I don't know that things are going to be set in stone quite by the end of the year, maybe in progress. But right now it's like there's a lot of mystery going on. I don't think this person really knows that you're pursuing, or perhaps maybe you're not even sure if this is what you want to pursue. So it looks like there's some decisions to be made on your part before you go ahead and make that choice. But really, it looks like it's all up to you.
She's saying she knows who. Nailed it. I get the same kind of feeling, Rena.
It's interesting. That one was kind of interesting.
It's a good one. All right, let me refresh. So ask a question and we'll pull a card. I can do one more. And then we can pull a card for everybody.
So Julie, Cheshire Cat is who popped up. So he looks like he's quite a character. He might like to be playful with you. So think of the pursuit as a game. If that's who you're pursuing. He looks like he's a lot of fun and likes to have a lot of fun and is probably looking for somebody who likes to have fun and be kind of a jokester with him. So
awesome. I'm going to pull for Carrie. She's asking for health issues, specifically headaches.
Carrie, I'm going to put this out there right now. That is geopathic stress.
Yeah, that's in, you've written about that.
I have.
Yes. Definitely, and I'll use the word stress too, a lot of stress going on around you. It's not like really bad stress though. There's not like really any real conflict or tension around you, but you're just picking up on just a little bit of something being off balance with people. It almost reminds me of like people who are fighting but not really fighting, like about really petty things. Oh, she's saying she doesn't know what that means. Explain a little bit more about what you were saying about the headaches.
So geopathic stress is the same energy. You think of like a river carving, like say the Colorado River carving the Grand Canyon. It's that real carving energy, and it's caused by fault lines, aquifers. If you live within 2 miles of a river, it can be underground mining tunnels near your home, things like that. It affects your energy, and it has a really carving energy. So if you notice, headaches are huge, migraines, body pain on one side of your body. My guess is that you're sleeping in geopathic stress. I can send you some information. I'll get some stuff together and send it to you in your email or in Messenger.
Yeah, I know. Ever since you worked on my house, like no one here ever really gets headaches. It's very rare. So there's definitely a lot that can be done. Yeah, she says she lives next to a river.
Yeah, I would say that's probably what it is. I know we live within 2 miles. It's crazy, you guys. One time, literally, like I woke up and I couldn't move my arms. No joke. For like 6 months, I couldn't move my arms. And it was like right in the middle of me learning to do the work that I do. And I was in physical therapy. I was going to the chiropractor. No joke. Every day I had something going on because I couldn't get dressed by myself. My husband had to help me get dressed. It was insane. And it came down to laying a cure. I was sleeping in an energy hole where like energy was seeping out and like sucking. It sounds weird, but I laid that cure the next morning. I got up, I got dressed by myself. I had no more pain. I was able to cancel every physical therapy appointment I had, every chiropractic appointment I had. I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, it's geopathic stress is huge.
And one thing I can see that might ease a little bit of the tension with the headaches is needing to communicate right now, because I'm seeing a lot of holding in, only because you want to keep the peace, not because you can't say anything or anything like that, but needing to tactfully verbalize your thoughts a little bit more, because I'm showing holding in that energy is creating some tension there too. So between that and what Rena told you, maybe that will kind of get you feeling better.
Absolutely. Any other questions? I got room for one more.
One more, guys. Come on. Shout it out.
She's singing a Kiss song now. Okay, sorry.
Everyone thinks I'm a Kiss fan, and I have to really just like clear up that rumor. It's not popular, but really not a Kiss fan. Sorry.
Hey man, they put on a good show. They do.
I will say, like, the novelty of them is fun. Like Peter Criss looking like a cat is like my favorite, but like I don't have any Kiss albums. I don't like. I'm sorry. Like, it's like, I know it's kind of like, this is like something like politics. Like you shouldn't say, but, like,
You can't talk if you're a Kiss fan or not.
you know, if you like Kiss, I don't like look down on you, but I don't want anyone to think
Brandy's not a bad person. It's okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Mark's friend was at our house the other day and he's like, wow, you got a lot of prints.
Prince is amazing.
Oops.
It's what it is, you know. Yeah. We have our people we like and we like to publicly display it.
Yeah, definitely. Elizabeth wants a card regarding your work. What kind of question do you have regarding your work?
Well, she said earlier, oh, okay. She says, may I have a card regarding job I want to change? And then earlier she was saying there's a lot going on, but job change is the biggest one right now.
Okay.
So regarding maybe a change.
And Carrie, yes. Brandy and I are on the same page as you. In fact, that's, you know, I call Prince my boss, right? And people call Bruce the boss. And we're like, yeah, it's a big joke between us. I'm with you, girl.
Oh, Carrie, can I can't really go into the story publicly, but like I've lost friends over that. Like,
no.
Yes, like I just can't, I don't understand it. I can't get into it. I don't, no offense. I'm sure the dude's a nice guy. I don't get it.
He's just not our thing, man.
Rena, I've never thought about that. Like when you're talking about the boss, people might.
Yeah, that's not my boss, you guys. That ain't happening. My boss is really bossy.
I think the other boss is a Libra, which doesn't tend to be so bossy usually, but isn't he?
I have no idea. You should look that up real quick while I pull this card.
Okay. I don't know why I even know that. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, that can get you in trouble, like admitting that sometimes. September 23rd, yes.
There are some different things coming into play for you, and it deals with more of a spirituality career. I don't necessarily know that there's a change. I think there's going to be an add. I don't know what you do for work. I don't see you leaving work. I just see you adding a more spiritual path to your work. Is this something like Reiki, maybe card reading, something like that you can add in, start diving into what your passion really is? This is something that your heart's really pulling you to do. So dip your foot in the water, start playing around, see what you want to do. There's a lot of abundance in that direction as well. It's definitely, for lack of a better term, spirituality related. And I mean that in the sense where it's like energy work or card readings, things like that, where you're tapping into the higher consciousness and doing that work. Healthcare, finance. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe this is just kind of a side project for you to dip your toe in the water, start doing things outside of the corporate world, we'll call it, the office. I don't see you leaving that. This is just something for play to get you in, start getting you outside of that office realm to do what your heart's calling you to do. And from there you can build on it. But this isn't something that's gonna, I don't see you leaving like tomorrow or anything like that. It's just starting to do things that you love. This is a change for you, and this is a really good way for you to incorporate the change into your life.
Something to add in.
Yes.
To add that passion in while
yes.
you're
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Sonia, I drew some cards for you. I know I did one more, Rena. I snuck in some cards. Sonia was just asking if it's in the cards for love. So I was pulling quick cards for her. So Sonia, I hope you're still watching. Yeah, it's in the cards. And actually it's like you're being guided to just keep on going, keep hoping, keep manifesting. Just know that hope is there and it's valid, because you're getting ready to turn a corner when it comes to love life. There's some new energy coming in. And any like stagnant energy or what do I want to say, like bad luck or what you're feeling is like bad luck, you're not having bad luck, but it feels like it, that's actually drifting away. And so fogginess is drifting away, good energy coming in for your love life. And yeah, I see it in the cards. You got the 10 of Cups. So
I want a card. And it better be a good one. No,
okay. Right now. All right, Tara. Rena wants a card and she wants a good one.
Elizabeth, I hope that made sense to you. Let me know if you need any further information on that. I'd be happy to look into that for you.
Excited for your cards, Rena. I got to get you one more before I can start talking. Sometimes I just don't feel closure and I'm like, there's just one more. Okay.
I always draw more than one.
Love this. Okay. So Rena, here's like the energy from the recent past. There feels like a stagnation, like you've been stalled out in some areas of life. You're just wanting more energy than there's been, but that was for a reason. Okay. Because things are actually getting ready to get really busy and you needed that rest period. You don't know it, but this is by design. You got this Empress card.
Yeah, because that's who this lady is right here.
With the Queen of Pentacles.
Woo! We're doing it.
So here's your other part here. You need to keep on going, keep going, because it's like, even though you're not making the progress or you're not going at the pace that you want, this is by design. You're perfecting things, you're getting things ready. So every day, keep doing the work. You're not spinning your wheels, even though you feel like you are sometimes. So, just keep envisioning the Empress and Queen of Pentacles. You're going in a really good, busy direction.
Okay, so guys, yeah, I that's that Capricorn piece coming forward for me. This is where we want it all, and we want it right now, and we want to get to work and do it. We
want to see results from today's work, right? Like,
yeah, like right now.
Yeah, but Capricorn is about steady and like
it is,
and
pursuing. Yes.
Now I am wondering, Rena, I don't even know if I should say this out loud. If there's something else coming into the picture, like something else you're going to be working on, this is career-wise, bringing in another piece of the puzzle soon. That's all I can say. It's all I'm allowed to say.
That's all you're allowed to say? Do you know anything? Are you able to tell me later?
No, that's all I'm like supposed to say. And that's all I'm supposed to reveal at the moment. Rena has like these amazing spirits around her that really like, even when I'm reading for her, I'm going by their roles and they're calling the shots. So I can't even see it. It's like, nope, tell her this and we're going to leave it at that.
Tell her to open her damn ears and listen to us.
Right.
Do it the way we tell her to do it.
You're not going to say anything else, and I'm not going to show you anything else. That's like how.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to draw a card for me? Because I love that deck.
Okay. My readings aren't as good as Brandy's.
Oh, whatever. Guys, don't. I'm editing that out someday when I learn to edit videos.
She doesn't know how to edit.
We're going to edit that and the part about me singing Kiss. Get it out of here.
Interesting. You got some things pulling at your heartstrings and some big changes happening, but you're headed in the right direction for sure. And you're stepping fully into your power. I feel like you're at odds with a specific decision in your life right now. And
yes. What is that?
Listen to Jagger. He's the boss.
Jaggy. He's over here sleeping. Okay.
It's the Two of Hearts. So you got some push and pull at your heartstrings a little bit. But I don't think it's in a bad way. This is just you reminding yourself of your personal boundaries and what you're really working for and how you're going to get it. So just keep going, keep doing. You're making the right changes.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. You're definitely in your power.
Oh, is that Queen of Pentacle type?
This is Wands. Yeah.
Oh, Wands. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this would be your Pentacles.
Okay. I got both.
You did. So you're definitely headed in the right direction. You're making the right decisions. Just keep pursuing in the direction, keep those boundaries firm in place. You're doing the right thing.
I needed that. See, you're amazing.
Let Jagger clear the air.
Jaggy. Yes. My cat is Jagger Richards, and yeah, I will listen to him.
He's awesome. He's a good kitty.
He's a good boy. Okay, I will pull, you want to pull a card just for everybody or whoever tunes in later? Just
let's do that.
quick message. So if you guys didn't get a card pull, or even the ones who did, I don't know what I'm trying to say. This is for everybody. So hopefully there'll be something about this message that resonates with anyone, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. So that's what I'm intending for this to be. Interesting. You want me to start? You want me to wait for you?
Go ahead.
So I am getting a lot of cards for hope and staying inspired and kind of similar to what we heard earlier, but like just staying in the game that like what you're doing is getting ready to pay off. I see a lot of really good beginnings for everyone. A lot of success, a lot of abundance. Right now, a lot of you guys are feeling like you're in a fight. Like everything's a challenge, like everything's a battle, even though it's not, it feels that way, but it's saying, hey, keep with the fight. You're actually winning this, even though you don't feel like a winner right now. You are winning, and yeah, new beginnings and abundance is on the way. So keep going.
Absolutely. I got a lot of the same information. The most important piece that's coming forward is there is strength in your wisdom. So trust your gut. You're headed in the right direction. Don't overthink your decisions. And if you are seeking that symbology for confirmation, look to nature. It's going to be something that you wouldn't see every other day. Something unique and amazing, like a flower in the snow, or like the black swan type of symbology. It's going to be really rare and incredible, but it will be that piece of confirmation. Just don't forget to ask for it if you need that confirmation, and don't forget to connect back to spirit when you're asking those questions. Follow your heart.
Such a positive message. I love it.
I try.
That's good. That's amazing. Oh, Kelly is asking real quick, was that Jagger or Stevie? I'm going to go with both.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of Stevie in Jagger.
Yeah. So, oh, what a fun night, Rena. Like, I feel energized now. We should have hopped on hours ago.
Yeah, well, this should have happened at like maybe 10 this morning.
Since we got out of bed. I know. Maybe next time we'll try that. Next new moon. We'll see. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. This was like so much fun. Rena, thank you as always. Like, love Thursday nights with you. But yeah, you know where to find us. So find us on Facebook, Brandy Burrow Astrology.com, Rena Dwelly,
Holistic Healing Therapeutics.com.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. If you guys are interested, I have a 7-day meditation challenge happening. It starts November 14th. It's free. I'm recording these incredible meditations. You guys are going to love them. So hit me up if you want to join. I'll send you the link. It would be so cool to have you there.
Do it. I'm joining. Rena, I don't think this is the same thing, but you did something like where we did these meditations for so many days in a row before. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did. Yeah. I this will be like the second or third 7-day meditation challenge. I don't know why. I just felt like, we're heading into the holidays. This is really good information. It's literally 10 to 12 minutes of self-care just for you every single day to put you in sacred space, connect you to your heart and back to spirit and your ancestors and your guides, and just help you walk that path that's yours.
Makes an amazing difference. I know last time I by the end of it, I was so balanced, grounded. It made a huge difference. So, and you're so generous to do this. So I am looking forward to it. So you guys make sure you reach out and join this.
Definitely.
Awesome. All right. Well, until next time, thanks everybody. Good night.
See you later.